Could you please explain why some patients request day 3 embryo transfers?
So main reason for requesting day 3 embryos, not understanding how embryos develop. So they feel that they are moms of the embryos and they are better off carrying these embryos in the uterus rather than keeping embryos in the incubator. So, but in fact, the incubator is, like we said, is the most optimal environment for those embryos. Yes, uterus is most optimal environment for day 5 onwards. Incubator is not good place for embryos once they become blastocysts. But uterus is a wrong environment. Like they said, uterus is more acidic than fallopian tube. So fallopian tube is alkaline environment, which actually the incubators have an exact same culture medium. Culture medium in the incubator mimics nutrient level, sugar level, all the minerals, all the nutrient levels, and pH level, oxygen level of fallopian tube. So we are not more clever than nature. We can just copy the nature. We copied the environment where the embryos develop until day 5. So when you transfer embryo in day 5, day 3 in the uterus, you're not giving that embryo best possible chance. Some patients do not understand that. They feel that, oh, if I carry the embryo myself, I have give them better chance. So another reason is the patients here online or with all from other patients that other women with a day 3 embryo transfer had a successful pregnancy. Yes, in fertility, the one thing is really confusing is when people try to conceive naturally or do IVF or IUI, any other intervention, they get pregnant. Why? Because the chance of conception can range from 0% to like 80%. Yeah, so in IVF or fertility treatment, is all we do is we increase odds of success from background natural fertility or IUI or ovulation induction or doing day 3 transfer or by doing day 5 transfer. So we try to get highest possible chance. Let us say if you have 1,000 women who do day 3 transfer, another 1,000 women do day 5 transfer with very similar fertility parameters, group which does day 5 transfer has a much higher chance of success. So this is why we recommend using the intervention which gives you highest chance of success. Yes, even day 3 transfer you get success, but if all these women who did the day 3 didn't do day 3 and day 5 transfer, more women would have got pregnant than that group. So this is why they hear all the patients getting pregnant on day 3, they say I should do that as well. But no, it's not right intervention for all women generally. So in some women we do. I can explain that one as well. So yeah, so generally these are the main reasons why for doing day 3 embryo transfer. And we actually do day 3 transfer occasionally, mainly for emotional reason. So some patients only produce 1 or 2 embryos and they feel that they have to do the transfer because they really struggle if they keep doing IVF without doing any embryo transfer. We still, even for that group of women, we say don't do day 3 transfer because you're not giving this embryo the best possible chance for reasons I explained earlier, but they still wish to do the transfer, understanding the chance may be lower. We can do transfer, but in each IVF we treat each couples individually. We take everything into account, including their preference, but sometimes we refuse to provide intervention if we think that the risks outweigh the benefits significantly. In some patients, emotionally, they feel they have to do transfer, understanding that it gives a lower chance, and especially when you have 1 or 2 embryos available. Why? Because selection doesn't matter here, because you are not selecting 1 out of 1 or 2 out of 2. So which means one argument we made earlier, which is a poor selection on day 3, doesn't stand here because we are not selecting, we're just transferring whatever we got available. Second argument was you disturb all the embryos, another 8 embryos. But here, if you got only 2 embryos, you don't disturb any other embryos. You just take these embryos, you assess, and you transfer. For these 2 out of 3 arguments fall when patients produce only 1 or 2 embryos only, then we can say, okay, you can do DSA transfer. We know that this is not perfect environment for this embryo. You accept, we can do the transfer. But generally, in most patients, it is not advisable to do DSA transfer.